listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen.
Hello! Listen, everyone. Listen and play. Where are we today? Today, we're at the seaside. Try to make a picture in your head. There are lots of different sounds to listen to. Do you know what this sound is? Listen.
It's the sea.
Splish, splash, splosh. I love the sound the sea makes as the waves splash onto the sand. Here's another sound. Can you tell what it is? Listen.
It's a dog.
It's a dog chasing a ball on the seashore. Here's a different sound. It's a bit harder. You'll have to listen really carefully to find out what it is.
It's a seagull.
Squawk! 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 Oh, seagulls make a lot of noise, and you always find them near the sea. Today's song is about a ship that sails on the sea. Clap your hands in time to the music. Our song's called The Big Ship Sails on the Alley Alley O. The big ship sails on the alley, alley-o, the alley, alley-o, the alley, alley-o. The big ship sails on the alley, alley-o, on the last day of September. The captain said, it will never, never do, never, never do, never, never do. The captain said, it will never, never do on the last day of September. The big ship sank to the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the sea. The big ship sank to the bottom of the sea on the last day of September. Ooh, I can hear seagulls again. Here's a rhyme about one. Listen, 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 it's rhyme time.
Sammy Seagull was a happy gull, and a happy gull was he. He flapped and he flew to the sandy shore, then he floated back over the sea. See Sammy Seagull flap and fly. See Sammy Seagull dip and dive. Over the sea he soars so high, with outstretched wings sailing into the sky.
Listen, 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 it's story time.
Today's story is all about a seagull too. A very naughty one. Shh. Listen, listen.
It's called...
The Greedy Seagull. Once upon a holiday time, there was a girl called Annie. She had a friend called Charlie. Charlie's mum was taking Annie and Charlie to the seaside. Annie was so excited. She'd brought her bucket and spade and couldn't wait to start building sandcastles. Charlie's mum put up a beach tent. It had to be pegged into the sand as it was such a windy day. Annie and Charlie played on the beach. First of all, they splished, splashed, sploshed in the sea. Then they picked up some small pebbles, and the pebbles blip, plop, plopped into a small pool. Then they dug down deep into the sand with their spades and made sandcastles. The wind made it a great day for sailing, and Annie and Charlie enjoyed watching the sailing boats as they surfed high on the sea waves. Then they heard Charlie's mum shout, "Lunch, guys!" They raced back to the beach tent. It was quite hard running on the shuffly sand. Charlie's mum had brought a lovely picnic. There were scrummy honey sandwiches, cut-up carrot and cucumber, and lovely apple juice. Charlie's mum poured some tasty tomato soup from a flask. Annie tried her soup, but it was too hot. Charlie tried his soup, but it was too hot. Charlie's mum tried her soup, but it was too hot too. "I know," said Charlie's mum. "Why don't we go and build one more huge sandcastle while the soup cools down?" "Yeah!" said Annie and Charlie, and off they went. But who should be watching from a nearby cliff but a seagull? A greedy seagull. The greedy seagull soared high in the sky, then he swooped and swerved down low, landing right on top of the picnic. The seagull sniffed. "Tomato soup!" The greedy seagull loved tomato soup. He couldn't wait to dip his big beak into it. First, he slurped and swallowed all Annie's soup. Then he slurped and swallowed all Charlie's soup. Then he slurped and swallowed all Charlie's mum's soup. "Burp, squawk, pardon?" said the seagull. He was very greedy indeed. Annie, Charlie and Charlie's mum were so busy building their huge, enormous sandcastle that they didn't notice. Then the greedy seagull saw the scrummy honey sandwiches. First, he ate all Annie's yummy honey sandwiches. Then he ate all Charlie's yummy honey sandwiches. Then he ate all Charlie's mum's yummy honey sandwiches. "Burp, squawk, pardon?" said the seagull. He was very, very greedy indeed. He looked very funny too. His beak was covered in tomato soup and sticky honey. By now the greedy seagull was feeling a bit full. Just then he heard Annie, Charlie and Charlie's mum coming back for their lunch. "Oh my, it's time to flap and fly," squawked the greedy seagull. But when he flipped and flapped his wings, he found he'd eaten so much that he was too heavy to fly. "Oh, squawk!" The greedy seagull had tummy ache, so he waddled behind the beach tent and hid. Annie, Charlie and Charlie's mum sat down. They'd built a huge, enormous, ginormous, gigantic sandcastle, and now they were very hungry. Annie went to eat her picnic, but it had all gone. "Who's eaten my picnic?" said Annie. "Who's eaten my picnic?" said Charlie. "Who's eaten my picnic?" said Charlie's mum. Then, From behind the beach tent they heard, "Burp, squawk, pardon." Oh. Charlie's mum looked and saw the greedy seagull. His beak was all sticky and covered in tomato soup. "You greedy, greedy, guzzling, gulping seagull," said Charlie's mum. "Shoo, go away, go on." Brrr. The greedy seagull waddled away as fast as he could across the sand. He went in and out of the other people sitting on the beach. "Where is that seagull going?" thought Annie. Eventually, the seagull stopped, pointed his beak at a small building, and flew off. The seagull had led them to a lovely beach cafe. "I wonder if he feels guilty about munching our lunch," said Charlie's mum, "and that's why he's led us here." But as they sat eating their lunch, they all kept an eye out for a certain greedy seagull, just in case he came back to gulp their gigantic ice creams.
I wonder if you've ever been to the seaside and met a seagull as greedy and naughty as that. Or perhaps you've made sandcastles, like Annie and Charlie. Here's a song about the sea. It's called "A Sailor Went to Sea."
A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see. But all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea.
Start clapping with me now.
A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see. But all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see. But all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea.
Can you remember all the things we heard at the seaside? You could make your own seaside picture after the programme if you like. Until next time, bye.
Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello! Listen, everyone. Listen and play. Where are we today? Today, we're at the train station. There are lots of different sounds to listen to here. What sound is this? Listen.
train.
Puffety-puff, puffety-puff. It's a steam train puffing and chuffing into the station. Here's another sound you sometimes hear at the station. Listen.
It's the whistle. Toot, toot.
Toot, toot! It's the whistle of the train, which means it's ready to leave the station. Here's a different sound. Listen.
It's the train on the track. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack. It's the sound of the wheels of the train as it moves along. Let's make some train sounds together. First, let's make the sound of the train as it hisses in the station. You copy the sounds I make. Ready? Let's try that again. Now let's make the sound of the whistle. Ready to copy me? Toot, 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 toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
The train's moving off now. Ready to copy me? Puffety-puff, puffety-puff. Puffety-puff, puffety-puff.
Puffety-puff, 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 puffety-puff.
And lastly, let's make the sound of the wheels as it moves along the track. Copy me. Clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack.
Clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack.
Today's song is full of those train noises. Join in and sing along and make the train sounds with me. Ready?
Down at the station early in the morning, see the little puffer trains all in a row. Here comes the driver to start up the engine. Puff, puff, beep, beep, off we go. Puff, puff, beep, beep, off we go. Puff, puff, beep, beep, off we go. Down at the station early in the morning, see the little puffer trains all in a row. Here comes the driver to start up the engine. Chuff, chuff, toot, toot, off we go. Chuff, chuff, toot, toot, off we go. Chuff, chuff, toot, toot, off we go. Down at the station early in the morning, see the little puffer trains all in a row. Here comes the driver to start up the engine. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, off we go. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, off we go. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, off
we go.
Today's rhyme is full of those train sounds too. Listen, 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 it's rhyme time.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, over the hill the train's on the track. Chuffing and puffing it goes along, making its very own train song. Puffety-puff, chuffety-chuff, the train makes a cloud of white stuff. Puffing and chuffing it leaves a trail as it grinds up the hill as slow as a snail.
Listen, 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 it's story time.
Imagine if you had a steam train all of your very own. Well, in today's story, King Jolly has his very own royal train called Jane. The train makes some wonderful sounds. Join in with the train sounds when you hear them. Shh. Listen. Listen. The story's called
King Jolly Goes on Holiday. Once upon a royal time, there was a very happy king called King Jolly. One day he woke up and said to his teddy, "Tally-ho, Teddy, guess what day it is today? It's a holiday!" Then he yelled, "Call for Jane, the royal train!" Then, through the window he heard, "Puffety-puff, chuffety-chuff." "Jane, the royal train!" he cried. He grabbed his bag, flew down the stairs and climbed on board. "Ready to puff," he said. "Puffety-puff," went Jane. "Ready to chuff," he said. "Chuffety-chuff," went Jane. "Then tally-ho, away we go," cried the king. Whistle, hoot, toot, toot. Along the track, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Before long, they arrived at the sea. "I love the sea. It's the place for me," said King Jolly. But just as Jane, the royal train, was going to puffety-puff off for a well-earned rest, King Jolly said, "Whoops! Silly me! I forgot my bucket and spade. I'm sorry, Jane, but once again we'll have to go back along the track." So off they went. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. When they got back home, King Jolly put his bucket and spade in his bag. Soon Jane, the royal train, was ready again. Whistle, hoot, toot, toot. Along the track, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. It wasn't long before they arrived once more at the sea. "Oh, I love the sea. It's the place for me," cried King Jolly. But just as Jane, the royal train, was going to chuffety-chuff off for another rest, King Jolly said, "Whoops! Silly me! I forgot my sun crown. I'm always supposed to wear a hat in the sun. I'm sorry, Jane, but once again we'll have to go back." So off they went again, along the track. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Back at home, King Jolly put his sun crown in his bag. Soon Jane, the royal train, was ready again. Whistle, hoot, toot, toot! Along the track, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Sometime after tea, they arrived once again at the sea. "I love the sea. It's the place for me," said King Jolly. But just as Jane, the royal train, was going to puffety chuff off for a very well-deserved rest, King Jolly said, "Ho ho! Whoops! Silly me! I forgot my teddy. Come on, Jane, quickly take me back. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack." Then King Jolly put his teddy in his bag. But when he asked Jane, the royal train, to go again, Jane just went, "Psh." "What's the matter, Jane?" said the king. "I said, ready to puff." "Psh," went Jane. King Jolly soon realised what the trouble was. Jane, the royal train, had had enough. She'd run out of puff. "Jane, my train, you poor old thing," said the king. So he tugged Jane up in her shed, and he went off up to bed, where he yawned to his teddy. "Tally-ho, Ted. I guess that means it's time for bed," went the king. Went Jane, the royal train.
King Jolly was very forgetful, wasn't he? But what wonderful noises his train made. After the programme, you could think about all the different train sounds you could make. Have fun. Until next time, bye. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Hello! Listen, everyone. Listen and play. Where are we today? Today, we're out and about in town. There are lots of different sounds to listen to here. Do you know what this sound is? Listen.
It's a car. Vroom, vroom.
It's the sound of a car. Here's another sound. It comes from up in the sky. Listen.
It's a plane. Meow.
I wonder where that plane is going to. Planes can take you to far away places. What makes this sound? I'll give you a clue. They drive along the road and they carry lots of people. Listen.
It's a bus. Ding, ding.
Ding, ding! Goes the bell on the bus. You've been listening to the sounds of different ways to travel. Let's make some of those sounds together. Join in with me. First, here's the car, which goes... Brum, brum.
Brum, brum.
Brum, brum.
Brum, brum.
Now, let's make the sound of the plane. Copy me. Now, let's make the sound of the bell on the bus. Copy me. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Today's song is all about cars, buses and planes. Join in with the sounds they all make. I went to visit a town one day. I saw a car along the way. And what do you think I heard it say? Rum, rum, rum. Rum, rum, rum. I went to visit a town one day. I saw a plane along the way. And what do you think I heard it say? Meow. Meow. I went to visit a town one day. I saw a bus along the way. And what do you think I heard it say? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Listen, listen, listen. It's rhyme time. Our rhyme today is all about a bus driver.
A man called Gus drove a fabulous bus, and he went on a fabulous ride. He met lots of animals along the way and told them to step inside. Ding, ding went the bell, brum, brum went the bus, and they all went off for a ride with Gus. Brum, 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 brum.
Listen, 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 it's story time. Our story today is all about that man Gus. Shh! Listen. Listen. It's called...
Gus and his fabulous bus. Once upon a noisy time, there was a man called Gus. He started up the engine of his fabulous bus. I wonder what amazing adventure we'll have today. Hold on tight, please. Ding, ding. Brum, 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 brum. And he drove off down the busy road. At the first bus stop, Gus saw a seal, a silver seal, balancing a ball on top of his nose. So Gus stopped his bus. Stop!
My name's Sammy Seal. Can you take me to the sea for a swim?
He said. Of course. All you have to do is get on my bus, said Gus. Hold on tight, please. Ding, ding. Brum, brum, brum. And he drove off down the busy road. At the next bus stop, Gus saw an owl. An odd, orange owl. So Gus stopped his bus. Stop!
My name's Owlie,
said the owl.
Do you go to the forest at all? I need to get there by nightfall.
Of course. Just get on my bus, said Gus. So Sammy Seal and Owlie the owl both took a ride on the bus with Gus. Hold on tight, please. Ding, ding. Brum, brum, brum. And he drove off down the busy road. At the next bus stop, Gus saw a small pink pig. Gus stopped his bus. Stop!
Wee, wee, wee,
said the pink pig.
My name's this little piggy. I'm the little piggy that goes wee, wee, wee all the way home. Do you go to the farm at all?
Of course. Don't you fuss. Just get on my fabulous bus, said Gus. Hold on tight, please. Ding, ding. Brum, brum, brum. So Sammy Seal, Owlie the owl, and this little piggy,
Wee, wee, wee.
all took a ride on the bus with Gus. And Gus drove his bus right to the end of the road, and then he flew it up into the air. It truly was a fabulous bus. He flew it all the way to the sea, and Sammy the Seal said,
The sea, this is the place for me. Thank you, Gus, for the fabulous ride on your bus.
Then Gus, he drove his bus all the way to the forest. And Owlie the owl said,
Thank you, this'll do. Thank you, Gus, for the fabulous ride on your bus.
Then he drove all the way to the farm. And this little piggy said,
Wee, 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 I'm all the way home in time for tea. Thank you, Gus, for the fabulous ride on your bus.
By now, Gus was ready for his tea too. So he drove his fabulous bus all the way home. Brum, 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 brum. What a ride! What a day! We've travelled such a long way. I wonder where we'll go tomorrow, said Gus, as he parked his bus. Brum, 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 brum. Brum.
I wonder if you've ever been on a bus.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long.
Come and take a ride with me now as we sing our last song. I'm sure you know it. It's called The Wheels on the Bus. Join in and do the actions too.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. The bell on the bus goes ding, 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 ding. The bell on the bus goes ding, ding, ding all day long. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all day long. The driver on the bus says, any more fares? Any more fares? Any more fares? The driver on the bus says, any more fares? All day long, all day long.
We've listened to lots of different traffic sounds today. Remember? The car, the plane, and the bus. I wonder which was your favourite. Perhaps you could talk about any other travel sounds that you know. Join me again soon, when it'll be time again to listen and play. Bye! Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Hello? Listen, everyone. Listen and play. Where are we today? Today, I'm out and about in the park. There are lots of fun things to do here. People are out walking their dogs, riding bicycles, and rowing boats out on the lake. Do you know what this sound is? Listen.
It's a bicycle.
Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. It's the sound of a bell on a bicycle as it goes past. Here's a very different sound. I wonder if you know what this one is. Listen.
It's a rowing boat.
Splash, splush. It's a rowing boat paddling across the boating lake. I'm sure you'll know this park sound. Listen.
It's some ducks. Quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Aren't they noisy? I can see a mother duck with her 5 baby ducks trailing behind her. They're all off for a swim on the lake. I wonder if you know this song about 5 little ducks. Join in with me and count the ducks on your fingers as you sing along. Ready? 5 little ducks went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and all her 5 little ducks came back. Oh, can you hear them? It's the mother duck and all her ducklings. She's found her 5 ducklings swimming on the other side of the lake. They're all safe and sound. Listen, 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 it's rhyme time. Here's a rhyme about a duck called Zack.
There once was a man called Jake, who rowed his boat on the lake. One day he came back and met a duck called Zack, who'd lost his quack by mistake.
Listen, 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 it's story time. There's a duck called Zack and a park keeper called Jake in today's story. Shh, listen, listen. It's called
The Duck Called Zack, Who Lost His Quack. Once upon a springtime, there was a park keeper called Jake. Jake loved to row a boat on the lake. One sunny morning, Jake had brought some bread for his friend Zack the duck, who lived on the other side of the lake. Jake got in the boat very carefully and sat down. Then he picked up the 2 oars, 1, 2, and put them into the water. He pulled on the oars and the boat started to move. Away rowed Jake across the lake. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash. When he got to the other side, he soon found Zack the duck, who looked very sad. "Morning, Zack. I've brought you some bread," Jake said. But when he opened his beak, Zack didn't quack. Oh, no. Instead, he went, "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit." Jake couldn't believe his ears. "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit," said Zack, and he burst into tears. "I've lost my quack and I want it back. Boo-hoo." Ribbit. Jake picked up his oars and said, "Get in my boat, Zack, and we'll row away to find your quack." So away rowed Jake across the lake. Splish, splash, Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. It wasn't long before they saw Dick the dog, who said, "Woof, woof, woof. What's up, Jake?" "It's Zack the duck," said Jake from the lake. "He's lost his quack and he wants it back. Have you got it?" "I'm afraid I haven't," said Dick the dog. "I've just got my woof, woof, woof." "We're not having much luck," said the sad little duck. "Ribbit, ribbit." "No, but we'll keep on trying, so stop your crying," said Jake. So away rode Jake, across the lake. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. It wasn't long before they saw Karina the cat, who said, "Meow. What's up, Jake?" "It's my friend Zack the duck," said Jake from the lake. "He's lost his quack and he wants it back." "I'm afraid I haven't got it," said Karina the cat. "I've just got my meow, meow, meow." So away rode Jake, across the lake. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Jake was just about to give up searching when he saw Froggle the frog. He was looking very sad too. "What's the matter, Froggle?" said Jake from the lake. But when Froggle opened his mouth, he didn't croak. Oh, no. Instead, he went, quack, quack, quack. Jake couldn't believe his ears. "I've lost my croak," Froggle said, "and that's no joke." Jake smiled. "I think I know where it is. Hop in my boat, Froggle." "Oh, Froggle, can you help me?" "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit," said Zack the duck. "I think so," said Froggle. Froggle the frog hopped into the boat. Then he gave Zack the duck a great big enormous hug. And then magically Froggle Frog said, "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit, my croak is okay! Hooray!" Jake looked at Zack, who opened his beak and said, "Quack, quack, quack! Ha 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 ha! My quack, I've got it back! Thanks, Jake!" "My pleasure, Zack," said Jake. "Why don't you race Froggle across the lake?" And so they raced across the lake together, while Jake rowed across in his boat. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash.
Can you hear the sound of the water on the boating lake? There are little rowing boats you can take out on the lake, just like the one Jake the park keeper had in our story. Let's sing a song about them. As you sing, pretend you're rowing your boat to and fro in time to the music. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily,
life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
I wonder if you knew the verse about the crocodile, and if you remembered to scream. You might like to sing that song again later. I hope you enjoyed listening and playing in the park with me. Until next time, bye. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen all around, listen for the sounds. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, listen, listen.